Hi everybody, I'm Joey and I have a really cute card to show you tonight that anybody can make, whether you're a beginner or an advanced stamper. This is perfect for everybody. It's a fun fold card. It's called a diagonal easel card and it's really easy but really fun. So I hope when you come on you'll say hello, and I'm looking down here at my iPad so I can see what you're looking at. So it always takes it a minute to come up. Looks like there I am, so that's good. And then I have to go ahead and check my iPad, or sorry, my laptop too. Hi Fran. I think I saw Diane. Hi Diane. Okay, just jumping on my Facebook page on my laptop so I can see your comments. I have to have all these technology things going on so I can see everybody and see what your comments are so I can answer any questions. Good evening, Diane. Looks like I'm good to go. Just gotta cut this off. Cut off the sound here so it doesn't. Sorry. Gosh, couldn't get it turned off. All right. Tonight when you come on, and I know some of you will be watching on replay and some of you will be watching on YouTube as well, because I always load my videos on YouTube. And so I would like to know whether you're watching in person or replay or on YouTube, how long you've been stamping. Have you been stamping a long time, or even how many years? Or if you haven't been stamping at all, you just happened onto this video and you thought you might see what it's all about, I would like to know that too. So let's go ahead and share that. Thank you for sharing. I see some of you already sharing the video. I really appreciate it. If you are watching on YouTube, I would love it if you would like my page and give me a thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube and you find this helpful, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. You'll find all the links for connecting with me, so my newsletter where I have a tutorial, free tutorial every week, and I keep you updated with all events and all of that stuff, will be in the description of the video. So with that said, Diane's jumping in here, 19. Well, I think I've been stamping about that long too. Hi, Chris. Oh, good, you're here. Okay, Kathy. So nice to see people jumping on. Good to see everybody. Okay, I think we can actually get started. I have some things to show you, but let's go ahead. Kathy, you've been stamping over 30 years. Well, you've got me beat. So that's a long time. Hi, Kelly. All right, now last week they changed the little icons on Facebook Live. So I had quite the time trying to adjust to it, but it looks like they're back tonight the way they normally are. They've added some things, but it looks like they also added back what we used to get to do on our tool. So let's hope it works. Here we go. I'm going to click the one button that will make me go upside down, and if it does, we're in business. Okay, good, there we go. That's what we couldn't get to work right last week, so I had kind of a time trying to get the camera situated. We'll start there and see how it goes with where it is, trying to get everything going here. Looks like I need to bring up, hold on just a second, I'm gonna try one more thing and see if that's a little better. Well, maybe not. Okay, we might be getting there. Okay, looks better. Hi Jackie, welcome. Kathy, just don't want to miss everybody. Sometimes when I get going I can't see your comments, so hopefully I'll catch them as you come. And sometimes I have to just go back at the end and answer questions. So if you've asked a question and I didn't see it, I'll be happy to come back on and answer your questions. What I mean is comment after the video on your questions. Okay, so there is a lot of big news in Stampin' Up. The biggest news is there's a stamp sale starting tomorrow for 24 hours only. It actually starts at midnight tonight, Mountain Time. It's every stamp set in the annual catalog. Actually, all the stamp sets, the only ones that aren't are the host sets, but those are never for sale anyway. You have to earn those with your host dollars. So if there have been some stamp sets you've been looking at for a while, this might be the time to buy them. So go through your catalogs, get your wish list out, write down the things that you would be interested in, and then you can get them tomorrow at 15% off. So that is a really good thing. And another thing is, if you shop with me in the next through the 24th, I've got some really special things for you too. So I have any $50 order is going to get a ticket in the Gnomes to Norway ticket jar. And this is a prize jar, and I've got 3 gift certificates to give away. I've got a $50 one and a $40 one and a $30 one. So that's one thing you get. You do have to put in a $50 order or more to qualify. But if you do that, you get a ticket in the prize drawer. You also get a special that I only do once every couple of years, and that is my mystery bag, mystery box special. So I know this is going to be hard to see in the camera. So I've got little bags made up. This is MB for mystery bag or mystery box. So if you order $50 from me now through the 24th, you will get a mystery bag that has $30 worth of product in it. If you order $100, you'll get a mystery box worth $70 in product. If you order $150, you'll get your bag will be worth $100. A $300 order and your package will be worth $200. So now it's all new merchandise, but it's partly retired and partly current. So I will have at least 1 or 2 current things in every bag, maybe even 3, and then I'll have retired merchandise that's new or very slightly used. So there'll be stamps, there'll be designer series paper, there'll be embellishments and ribbon and some of my card kits, and a stack of cards goes in every bag. So that is because I'm trying to still earn the Stampin' Up! Trip to Norway. I would love to have your business. I would love to earn it. So if that works for you, it is really good for me too. I will show you my update, and then I've got a lot of stuff to show you, and then we'll make our card. So some of you know I've been just working on this chart the past actually 3 or 4 weeks because I didn't think I was far enough along to earn it, and one of my friends said, I think you are far enough if you let your people know and let your friends online know. I think they might help you. So this is about where I was last week, and then I've gotten all the way to here. Those of you who have bought my classes, if you've bought my classes, you've helped me. If you have put in an order, you've helped me. And if my team members, when they promote, they have helped me too. A couple of them promoted in here. This part, I think I can manage. I have at least 1 team member more that she says she's going to promote. So I have to get, this is $1,000, that's $2,000. There's no easy way around it that I have to earn by the end of September. So if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you're looking for some great Stampin' Up! Products, I would love to have your business. You also get from me this month, the whole month of September, with every $50 order or more, my September tutorial bundle. This I do with other demonstrators. There's about 33 projects in here, I think 34 projects this month. And we compile it and put it together so that you get lots of ideas. There's fun fold cards and technique cards and all kinds of stuff. Okay, last but not least, the World Card Making Day is coming up, and what it is a day that Stampin' Up! Is going to offer a free crafting day but you do have to register. So actually, while we're talking about it, hi Sue. I'm looking at, sorry to take my attention away from you for just a moment, but I'm going to put in the comments right now, I'm going to put the link for, so if you're watching on YouTube, I will put it in the description of the video. If you're watching right now on Facebook, I'm going to put it in the comments. Okay, so that's a link you can register. I just put it in the comments. You can register for it. It is free, but if you don't register, you won't get the information on logging in, etc. And they've got 3 stamp sets associated with it that they're going to demonstrate with that day. One is the Cottage Rose Bundle. And then when you get, I think when you register, you'll probably get some information, get this information, or you can find it. I'm sure you can find it on my website too. I actually didn't look at my personal website, but I'm sure Stampin' Up! Has it up there. And then the Cottage Wreaths bundles, we're gonna play with this tonight, make a card with this tonight. And then the Warm Welcome bundle is a new bundle. I just ordered it today actually. It's going to be in the next new mini catalog coming out in January, and we can order that ahead of time. If you buy any of these bundles, you get a free pack of iridescent pearl basic jewels embellishment. Okay, so what they say is we'll be using these crafting bundles to make 3 cards during the event, 1 card per bundle. If you want to make the most of the experience and craft along with us, you'll want to have a bundle or all 3 and some additional supplies on hand. So, and then they do list under here, under each of these bundles, what coloring tools, what inks they'll use, etc. That's October 1st, and I want to say it's 2 to 5 p.m. I guess I should have written that down. I thought it might be on here, but I don't see it. Well, here's the thing. If you click on that link, hi Shar, if you click on that link for World Card Making Day, it will get you registered and you'll get all the information that you need. I'll look up the hours for this too, and I'll post it on my Facebook group. Okay, my friends. One last thing is my next class coming up to go. It's in person, both in person and to go. It uses the the Cheerful basket. And this is one stamp set that's on sale starting tomorrow. So if you're interested in the Cheerful basket, it's in the annual catalog, obviously. And this class is my Be Creative Club class, and it's available on an individual basis. You can just purchase the class, or if you take the Be Creative Club for 6 months in a row, you get a $25 gift certificate from me. So with the class, you get a pack of the Designer Series paper, the Regal's Designer Series paper. You get a pack of these jewels that come in. I can't think of the name of them. They're in the new mini catalog. So so that's what comes with the class. So you get a lot of product with it, so you can make a lot more cards. Hi Kay. Oh, thank you, Shar. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link as well to that class. I'm not 100% sure this link is live. The reason I say that is I copied it twice and I put it in my browser twice, and it came up as a live link, but it doesn't look to me like it's going to be a live link. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, it did. It took the link. So it's in the comments if you're interested in that. You can get the information online. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and look at the card we're going to make tonight. So the card we're using, this Cottage Wreaths bundle. It's the one that I said that they're using for, one of the ones they're using for World Card Making Day. It's on page 58 of your mini catalog if you have one. If you don't have one and you'd like one, just let me know, and I can get a catalog to you. But it is, the number for the bundle is the Cottage Wreaths bundle, and the number for the bundle is over here always. So this gives you the stamp set number, this gives you the die number, but the bundle where you get a 10% discount is always over here. So just make sure you look for that. The number on it is 159659. That's what we're going to work with tonight. I've got a really cute card for you. Let's go ahead. I'm going to actually start with this one from scratch because I want you to see me score it as I score it so that you have an idea, and it'll be on video then for those of you that need to see it again in person. It'll be, you know, live so you can, I'm sorry, I meant recorded so you can watch it. So we're going to cut our cardstock at 4 1/4. And this is just our 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. We're going to cut it on the short side at 4 1/4. Okay? Then we're going to go ahead and score it at 5 1/2, like this. And then we're going to, now on our trimmer, we have an arm that comes out like this, so you can continue to, if your cardstock is longer, you can keep going over here. So we scored it at 5 1/2, and then we're going to come back and score it at 6 3/4. Hopefully you can see that. It looks like the light's pretty good, so hopefully that you can see it. All right, so we're going to go ahead with that. And then we have one more score line to do, and we're going to take this from, okay, so this is the 6 1/4 score line. So I'm going to take this, make sure I'm doing this right. I think I am. So I'm going to take the corner of my card, and then this 6 3/4 score line right here, I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to score it. Let me double check, make sure I'm doing this right before I screw this up. I think I am. Yeah. Yep, I'm right. Okay, so from this top corner down to that 6 3/4 score line. This is a cutting blade, don't use that. You want to use your scoring blade like this. Okay, I know you can't probably see it. Well, it looks like it is pretty good lighting. Maybe you can see it there. And so we've got it scored. Here's our 5 1/2 inch score line, and then here's our 6 3/4 one. We're going to fold this back this way, and then this is going to be, so this is going to go like this. I don't know how to hold this to help you see it, but can you see how that's going to go? Like this. Okay, so here it is when it's flat, and then if I lift this up, this is going to go like this, and this is going to be our easel right here, like that. Okay, so let's go ahead, and the first thing we're going to do is, let's go ahead and we're going to, for this I think I'll use tear and tape because I really want this to stay closed. So a few months ago we did one, some of you might have been watching that night, where we did a bookbinding card that's called, and that's that same fold as in this 6 3/4, but we didn't make an easel card out of that one. But it's this part where we're sticking this down to itself is the same idea as the bookbinding card, if you've made one of those before, and if you haven't, it's fine. This is not hard. You just, I showed you what to do, you'll be able to do it. By the way, this card will be in my, this will be the tutorial that I will send through my newsletter, and there will be my free tutorial this week. So if you're interested in that, make sure you sign up for my newsletter. And it'll have all the project supplies that I'm using, and it will have the measurements of everything and the directions and clear photos so that you can just have it to, you know, written up, and you don't have to start and stop a video to reproduce it. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is our Cottage Wreaths paper. So it was on that same page that I showed you that the bundle is on. So it's a large pack of paper. There's 48 pieces. There's 12 designs, and you get 4 each of 12 designs. And it's all, you know, it's garden green, real red, pumpkin pie. I think one is flirty flamingo. Trying to think of all the colors in it. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then I think we're going to go ahead and do the inside first. So for the inside, I've got, so I don't know if I told you, this DSP was 1x4, and then this DSP is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Hi Kathy, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. So that's that one. This does not look like a square to me. Hang on, let's see. No, that's because it isn't a square. I think, let me double check my measurements. I think it's supposed to be 3 1/4, but maybe it was actually supposed to be 3 1/2. Let's check this out. Yeah, I think so. Well, kids, it looks like we're going to cut another piece of paper, so hang on. Because it has to be right. We got to get this part right. So let me grab my paper pack. Hold on a second. I'm not sure if this piece, oh, that is 3 1/2. So I don't know how I got a piece with 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. I probably wasn't thinking. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 3 1/2. A 3 1/2 inch square is what we want. I think that'll work better since it's a square on the inside. We need a square. Okay, so let me grab my card and let's go ahead and put this. Now this is something I hardly ever do, but once in a while I really like the way it looks. I just hate covering up pattern paper, but I'm going to actually use my pattern paper as a background, as a layer instead of being the star of the show. So I'm going to put this on here, and then we're going to leave that for now. Well, let's go ahead and stamp. We can stamp our greetings. So then you also need 2 pieces that are this size, which is, it should be 3 by 3. Yep, 2 pieces that are 3 by 3. I get that out. So 2 white that are 3 by 3. Okay. So I'll put these up here for a minute until they get in our way, and then we'll have to get rid of them. All right, let's stamp the inside. For the inside, I have used Hope and Peace. I'm using this with Hope and Love. This is also in the mini catalog, and this is going to be a Christmas card, so we're going to make a Christmas wreath. And I'm going to grab my Memento Black. And hi, Carol. Welcome. And I put a post on my Facebook page just today to say, who likes to cook? And if you like to cook, what do you like to cook? I know that has nothing to do with our card, but I'm always kind of curious. I think people either really like to cook or they really aren't too crazy about cooking. That's my theory. I don't know. I do like to make some things. I like to make soups, and I like to dump everything in the crock pot and then leave it in the crock pot. So I really like to make chili. Steve and I both make chili. I have a vegetable soup recipe I really like. I also make chicken noodle soup from scratch. I mean, I make the broth from scratch, and then I make the soup. So it's quite a process. I don't do that very often. So we've got With Hope and Love, and there's our layer. Then let's go ahead and do some stamping. Let's grab a piece of scrap paper. And we've got our little pine boughs. So we're going to stamp some pine boughs here in garden green. Hi, Martha. So, who likes to cook and what do you like to cook? Or if you don't like to cook, then tell us you don't like to cook. I'm curious who likes to cook, who doesn't, and if you like to cook, what do you like to cook? Because sometimes I need some ideas. You know, I don't really even like to eat out all the time either because, well, first of all, it's expensive. And second of all, it seems like we just go to the same places or we get the same takeout. Let's hear from those cooks out there. Anybody? Anybody? It always takes Facebook a little while to actually have your answers show. So I'm not sure if you're not wanting to talk about cooking or you're trying to type them in and it's taking you a while. Okay, so we're going to grab this little die that's going to cut out our little pine boughs like so. Try and think. We use our Instapot quite a bit too. Steve uses it to make roasts, and we put roast in it. The other thing we've been using a lot is our air fryer. He came home with the air fryer about 1.5 years ago, and I thought, oh great, one more thing that takes up room that we don't use. Martha, you like to bake? I prefer baking to cooking. Yeah, any day. I prefer it. But we make, so in the air fryer, we make, Steve makes, I don't really use it, but he's done a lot of the cooking lately, and he makes pork chops. He makes chicken thighs. What else have we done? We do those things the most often. We've done a lot of things in it. We tend to be kind of eat the same things. This summer we didn't even really grill as much as we usually do. I'm making die cutting another set of the pine boughs. And I am sticking them down with washi tape here. You prefer cake baking? Well, I guess we're in good company. I used to bake a lot. My dad was a professional baker. He owned bakeries all of his life and my growing up years. But he never baked at home. He never did bake at home. I think it was his job, so he went to work and did it, and then he didn't do it when he came home. But I grew up in a little town in Nebraska, then we moved to Colorado when I was really young. But my dad, he had a full, private, his own bakery. He did it all. Made cookies, eclairs, bread, pies, cakes, donuts. They fried donuts every morning. I mean, he got up at like 3 in the morning to go in and make the bread for the day. And my mom used to wrap the bread coming out of the slicer. The bread slicer in the morning, they had a machine that sliced the bread, and then she would wrap it. Those days are pretty much over, I think. People either only make bread or they only make donuts as a store, I'm trying to say, but... So I think I come by my baking naturally. You like to use your crock pot, Diane, and oven meals? Yeah, me too. I like to put it all in. If I'm going to cook or bake something, I want to, well, not baking as much. That's just kind of have to do that and shift sometimes, especially if it's cookies. Well, if it's cakes and pies, obviously you don't have to, or bread. Okay, let me see what I'm gotta think. I'm getting off track here, girls, because I'm thinking about cooking and baking and everything. But during the pandemic, we didn't eat out. Well, I think a lot of people didn't, especially at the beginning. And this is Garden Green ink. And we did a lot more takeout than we normally ever did. But we also cooked quite a bit too, because you need to cook at least once in a while. Okay, we've got our wreath. I really like this wreath because it's one of those distinctive stamps. I know it's kind of a mess on my my little mat, but it has kind of the light and dark in it all in the same stamp, so you don't have to use two stamps to get that effect. So we've got that. Then let's go ahead and stamp some berries on our wreath. So let me get my real red ink pad. Kathy, you like baking and recently cooking in an Instapot? Yeah, quick cooker. Barbecue chicken, that sounds good in the Instapot. Wow. Okay, I'm busy reading about Kathy's Instapot cooking. Okay, so now we're going to just stamp some little berries on our wreath. Like so, okay? And this is at 3. We have 2 pieces of white that are 3 by 3. So we'll, yeah, this wreath is beautiful, Martha. It's really pretty. Now we're going to mount the wreath on a piece of 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 real red. Okay, so this is pretty easy. The only die cutting were those little branches that we did. I'm just going to mount this like this. So this card, for the most part, is pretty basic. Obviously, you could dress this up with a lot more layers and a lot more things than I'm putting on it, but I wanted to give you the basic idea. So that we're doing the basic idea, and then you guys can frou-frou it up when you make your cards. All right, so let me see. Oh, we need a greeting on this too. So for the greeting, I have a little piece of crumb cake. Well, I did have. I cut it ahead of time, but I think it disappeared because it is really little. So let me grab my paper trimmer. And so this piece is not the piece, but I wrote on it what the size was. So it's 5/8 by 1 1/2. So let's go 1 1/2 this way. Let's go this way. 1 1/2. And then by 5/8. So let me find 5/8. So I'm looking at 5/8 over here, which is just past a half. So see how little it is? It's pretty little. So that's probably why it got lost. Because we have a little tiny greeting here. Christmas greeting. So let's go ahead and we're going to stamp Merry Christmas. It's from the same stamp set. And we're going to stamp it in soft suede. Oh, Kelly, you're welcome. I'm glad that helped. Yeah, I've been trying to remember it. I don't always remember. I started a week or 2 ago trying to remember to write out the measurements. And then, of course, you're on my email list, so you get all the tutorials where it's written out and you don't have to watch the sticky notes. Okay, so got that. Then we're going to do a little trick with twine.
So my twine's just about gone. I keep, this is linen thread actually. I keep a lot of linen, I keep several spools of it because I use it quite a bit, especially in fall. So what I'm gonna do first with this, I'm gonna actually get out my silicone mat and lay, if you don't know what a silicone mat is, adhesive doesn't stick to it, so it's a good thing to use when you're doing something like this that you don't want to get adhesive on your paper. Okay, so I'm going to just wrap my linen thread around 3 of my fingers. I don't want too big of a loop. I'm going to make a loop. Hopefully I'm in the picture. Whoops. We don't need that anymore, so. And I just kind of covered the whole back of it with adhesive because it makes this part easier. So I'm going to, it's just a small thing, so I'm just going to wrap around my fingers twice with the thread. Okay, then I'm going to bring this back so you can see it. And I'm going to just take my loops and make a 8, kind of like a crossed 8 like that, and just stick that down to my adhesive. Now it's kind of messy, which is fine because that's kind of the whole idea. But you can, I don't know if you can see me what I'm doing. So, well, I don't really like that there. Let's go there. And then I'm going to pull out these loops a little bit here to just kind of spread them out like so. And then I think I'll just stick this back here too somewhere. Maybe back here. There's no right or wrong to this. We're just sticking that down so that we have a little bit of kind of a messy bow. And then I'm going to take just a dimensional or 2 maybe. Kind of don't like the way this is sticking up there. There. That's better, I think. Okay, so we have this tiny little greeting, but I thought it helped it stand out a little bit more to have some twine behind it, her linen thread. Okay, so I'm going to stick this here. And then what we have to remember on this card, part of our card, is that this is going to, I don't know if I can show this very well, but this is, we're going to put our pine leaves there, and then this is going to come up like this. So we want to make sure the adhesive is only on the bottom part of the triangle, okay? Because you don't want it stuck to the top. Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to put this 3 pieces here and see if that should be about right. 3 dimensionals. And then we'll go ahead and put this on like so. Okay, so this is going to lift up like this. We just have to get our little leaves down here so that holds it open. So I'm going to take these little tiny pine boughs, and I'm going to get some mini dimensionals. If you don't have mini dimensionals, you should get some because they come in really handy for little things like that. See how well that works for that little piece? And then these are even littler leaves over here. So we're going to grab another one. And I think one more. One more, little or big, doesn't really matter. This one's little. On the easel card, you just need something lifted up on the inside that's going to keep your easel up like this. So this is a card, if you make something like this, that very well could end up on your coworker's desk because they set it up so they can see it, or a family member. Okay, I'm going to kind of stick this little guy over kind of like this. And then let's stick another one down because they can have it set up and look at it. And it sits on a countertop or a desk. People like to keep your cards that you give them, your handmade cards. A lot of people do. I shouldn't say that's probably not true for everybody, but a lot of people. My sister-in-law's kept every card I've ever made for her, which is a lot of cards over a lot of years. Okay, so then this, can you see that this is going to hold it up? Hopefully you can see that. Okay, then let's go ahead and put some. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you like it. Let's go ahead and put some gems on, though. We need a little sparkle. It's Christmas cards. It has to have a little bit of bling. So I'm going to take out our red rhinestone basic jewels. You get a lot of these in a pack. I use them a lot, but I've still got quite a few left on my pack. So I'm going to go ahead and put these. I don't know if I should put them on my red berries. I think I'll put them in between my red berries. Let's see. Let's put another one here. Can you see them twinkling? I feel like we need one more though. That's 4, so we probably need 5. Maybe right here on the next to the Mary. How's that? Oh, thank you. Oh, they've kept your cards. Oh, thank you. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it. So I wanted to have a lot more made for you with different stamp sets tonight, but I had a team meeting last night. I have a big Candy King class tomorrow night. I just couldn't get them done. I would have loved to have played more, but maybe I'll work on them in the next week and have some more to show you. But that's what it was going to look like sitting up on a desk. Trying to move it around so you can see. And then this is the way it would be, sitting flat. Like that. Can you tell? Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. I sure appreciate it. Okay, I think, unless you have some questions, I'll look through the comments and make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, thanks, Shar, Diane. Thank you guys for all the hearts. That's really so encouraging. Chris, thank you. Kelly, thank you, everybody. Kathy. Okay. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Hang on one second. Let me look at you to say goodbye. Again, if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And you can find all the information about how to stay in touch with me in the description of the video. So here's the card, the way it would look sitting up, although this is so, see how the DSP kind of peeks out from under the card? That's why I really liked having the DSP on the inside of the card too, as a layer. All right, I hope I've helped you, and thanks so much for joining me, either watching live or replay or on YouTube. I really appreciate you so much. Thanks again. Let me know if you need any help with anything. Bye-bye. Good night.